Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to a new MH Radio video. I'm Rana, your host, and I'm very excited to be here. But before we move on, let me introduce my two guests for today. We have Miss Biffy Novita and Kak Elena Safa. Maybe Miss Biffy, would you like to introduce yourself first?
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Rana, for inviting me to this chat we're having today about bridging to university life. My name is Miss Bevi, and I'm the head of teachers and staff development in Mutiara Harapan Islamic School.
Okay, great. Thank you, Miss Biffy. Kak
So, hello everyone. Thank you, Rana, for inviting me. I feel so honored and happy to be here. My name is Alan Asafa, or you can call me Alan for short. I was the second generation alumnus of Mutiara Harapan Islamic School. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you too. Okay, so the topic for today, bridging into university life, is something that is very intriguing, especially to me. As a grade 11 student myself, I have less than 2 years to prepare for college. And so when Mr. Zen gave me the opportunity to host this talk, I immediately accepted it, and I'm very glad to be here. Okay, moving on. So I have a few of my friends that went to college, obviously, and I also have a few friends that are planning to go to college. But I also have a couple of my friends who decided to graduate from high school and ended up just taking courses instead of going to college. They took like business courses or maybe politic courses, and that really did help them kind of put themselves out there and to get actually a decent job for themselves. But I was still wondering to the both of you, how necessary do you think it is to go to college and to get a degree nowadays? Maybe we can start with Kailan.
Thank you for the question. So, I personally think going to college is really necessary for us to complete all of the education we have been getting for years. During primary to senior high school, we've learned about formal knowledge to train our cognitive and creative thinking, and that learning is preparing us for college, which will be using our cognitive and creative thinking to focus on our major that we like and we desire. And not only that, we also get to expand connections and be prepared for the real world after graduating, be it businesses, jobs, researches, or anything you want to do after graduating. But as it's very necessary, I would like everyone to take a moment to think what is your purpose on going to college. So by having that in mind, hopefully it will ease you on finding the things that you need to do and you have to do in college to pursue the dreams.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Especially with like most of us, most of us go to college to enhance our passion for us to actually make a living out of what we like. And I think with college, that can definitely help us, especially with it's the 21st century now, it's almost impossible for us to get a decent job without actually going to college, for us to actually get a good paying job without the need to go to college and without the need to take maybe certain courses. So yes, I definitely agree with you, Kyle. Miss Beffy?
Yeah, so if I may add to that, actually during your elementary and the secondary years, you're learning about almost every subjects, right? But now when you're entering into university life, that's actually when it's so exciting because you're pursuing something that you are passionate about and you have strength in there, like what Kailan is doing, right? So that is the exciting part. And of course, we need to build the network for us to prepare us better when we really do go into the workforce.
Yes, I definitely agree, especially about the networking. And I think networking is one of the factors I consider before I apply to certain colleges in the future. And keeping up with that question, what university did you go to or did you went to, and why did you decide to go there? What are the factors and what are the reasons why you went to that specific university? Maybe Kailan?
So right now I'm currently studying in ITB or Bandung Institute of Technology. I'm majoring visual communication design, specializing in multimedia design. So before I was aiming for Japan, but I failed a lot of times, but I never stopped trying to get into one that major I really like. So I worked hard on studying and improving my skills. So here I am now.
Well, no, that's great. I mean, Italy is also a really good school. That's actually one of the
Thank
schools I
you.
considered going to if I were to study here in Indonesia. So thank you, Kyla. How about you, Miss Biffy?
Well, I can say that I'm not as fortunate as you, Rana and Kak Elan. I wasn't really guided by any structure of school back then, so we're kind of like left to wonder on where we want to pursue, which is like I'm just following the crowds, where my friends think like, what's the most popular major? That's where I want to go to, which is totally wrong, right?
Yeah.
But now I am where my passion is, which is education and also counseling and things like that. But I had to detour. So hopefully, now with Mutiara Harapan Islamic School, we have a program with GC to bridging to university life, where they guide you step by step. Like for one, Rana, since junior high, you already know, you're already planning out what major you're interested in, and then because planning is really important here, because and then you can focus your strategies on that, on realizing your goals.
Yeah, and I love that you mentioned when we were like younger. I mean, I'm still young, but like we would just always follow what other people did, like especially with majors. And I think that's what I did when I was in eighth grade. That I wanted to major in psychology because most of my friends wanted to major in psychology, and I was like, oh my god, that sounded so cool. But I just didn't know what it was really at that time. But now over the years, I obviously did my research, and now I know what I want to do. So yes, I'm very grateful for that. So, how about like courses, or like the majors you took in college? When did you know you want to major in that specific realm, and why did you take that specific major? Maybe I can ask Kylan.
So if I can be honest, I would say I was sort of lucky because I figured it out since I was in primary school. It's because I was just watching an anime and I thought that, wow, this is so cool. Can I do it sometime? Can I make an animation like this? So it's because of that I trained myself to draw a lot and to practice a lot in academics. So yeah, it's because of I just want to make an animation. I want to make my dreams come true. So I pursue the course I'm in now.
Well, that's
So
great.
how about you?
Do you have any dream universities you want to go to?
Yes, I want to major in international relations or international communications. I am also open to social sciences like anthropology, politics, philosophy. I'm also open to that. But at this moment, I'm not really sure which one I want to, but it's either those that I just mentioned. And my dream universities, I have three, and it's been my dream school since like what 3 years now. It's the University of British Columbia in Canada, University of Toronto also in Canada, and then Wesleyan University in the U.S. Those are my top three schools for the longest time. So, yeah. How about you, Miss Biffy? Did you have like any dream schools when you were younger or anything?
Yeah, I had dream school, and then I ended up in a realistic school, which I'm very proud of. Also, I'm an alumni of Gajah Mada University, and but yes, my dream school was somewhere like you in Canada, somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's still a dream. But it's for me. I'm glad to hear that you have like plan A, plan B. You have of your major dreams, Rana, because we don't want to just rely on one. Like I'm sure that kids your age, you do have a lot of passions and you do have a lot of strong skills. So that's really great that you are not just pursuing one, but you're also looking into other options.
Yeah, I think that's definitely needed. And I think with MHA, that also has definitely helped me too. It also has guided me through, like, over the years, they've definitely helped me kind of focus more on what I want to do in life, especially with the guidance counseling program. That definitely really did help me talking with my counselor and brainstorming with her about certain universities I want to enter and certain universities I would like to avoid and stuff like that. So that was definitely really helpful. And so, moving on, I want to mention about like the soft skills and like the stuff that we learned in MHA that has benefited um, us in our university life, especially with Kylan. You're now in university and you've experienced MHA for like a long time. So I want to ask, um, so what certain skills that you did in MHA that definitely benefited your life in university?
So there are a lot of benefits I could tell, and one of those is because of we have Cambridge curriculum. I've been trained to be able to have a critical thinking and to learn in pressure. Also because of the programs that Mutiara Harapan have before and until now,
Mm-hmm.
presumably, I've been able to be able to communicate globally and nationally really well. And one thing I'm really grateful for EMPA is that EMPA always support me for my dreams. I've been
Mm-hmm.
facilitated for my drawings, and until now, I can get what I want.
Yeah, I definitely agree with like the facilities and the resources that we're given. And we have this new program called the project based learning. It's new, we just started this school year. And at first, I was a bit skeptical about like this new program because I was like, this is just going to be like another waste of time. I'm not going to get this done. I have a lot of stuff to do, like with MHSU and with my programs outside school. I'm not going to get this done. But once it was done, and once I've reflected over those last few weeks, I've just dedicated myself to finishing this project. I realized that the project based learning was very helpful in boosting my creativity and my collaboration skills with my group mates, and that was definitely really helpful. Now looking back and reflecting over what I did on those last previous weeks. So yes. How about you, Miss Beppy?
Yeah, well, one thing I'm glad is that you give it a go, even though you know it's like a lot of added pressure to the things that are already on your plate. But because you give it a try, you give your best effort. Now you know the benefits of project-based learning, right? Because in it, there's the soft skills that we want the students to be exposed to improve, which is, like you said, collaboration, communication, being able to analyze, to evaluate, and to present. Those are the things that actually you will find in learning environment in university. And on top of that, because we are applying Cambridge curriculum, and it's not just a curriculum, again, it is exposing and giving you the platform to improve those soft skills that is really needed. So you know what the benefits are actually, Rana, is that when you're in university, your time of adapting will be like it's hopefully it will be effortless, less effortless compared to those who are not exposed to these programs.
Yes, and I think that's great the way you mentioned the Cambridge curriculum and how it improves not just our academic skills, but also our like soft skills and the way we can implement that in like our real life. And yeah, especially with the A levels, I think the A levels are really helpful, especially in applying to certain colleges. It's really easy. All you have to do is just kind of submit the documents, like the legal documents, and then all you have to do is send in your prediction A level scores, and that's about it. It's that easy, and it's way more efficient that way. So yes, I think the Cambridge curriculum has definitely helped me in the past too. So yes. So next question is definitely for the both of you. I know when you're like living, one of the exciting things about going to college is the independence that you're given. Finally living on your own and kind of having that freedom. So I was just wondering, was it hard for you to adapt to university life, or were you happy about it? Were you scared? Were you glad? So like, what are your initial thoughts when you first lived on your own? Maybe Kyla, you can start.
So yeah, I had mixed feeling before because I'm either really happy because I'm finally free, I can live on my own, I have my own privacy, but sometimes it feels like it's a bit hard because I have to adapt to the new environment I'm in, and I have to take care of myself. I have to think of my money. I have to think of my what am I going to do today? What am I going to prepare today? And I have to search for information everywhere, or else I'll miss out. So
Mm,
it's a bit hard at first, but as time progresses, you'll get used to it and you'll be just good.
yeah. Well, that was comforting for me. I guess one of the reasons why I've always looked forward to university is because the independence again, and for me to be able to live on my own and having to, live in a dorm, go to a library to study, go get coffee with friends, and those are the things that I've always looked forward to. So yes, thank you, Kylan, for that insight. How about you, Miss Biffy? Was it hard for you too, or was it easy? Were you happy about it? Were you glad that you finally left home?
I think we share the same feeling that our excitement, it's kind of a pushing factor of like, wow, I'm being independent and I'm getting my freedom. But and then reality sinks in, right? That with the bigger the freedom, actually, there's bigger responsibilities you need to do. Like mentioned by Kaelan, you have to manage your own money, you have to manage your day-to-day things that it's when you're at home, it's like you're not taking care of that, but now you have to do that. Like even eating then becomes an issue, right, Thailand?
Like
Yeah.
the little things,
And
right?
yeah. And Alhamdulillah, like Rana, you're in secondary and then from primary also, Kaelan, that you've been educated here in the Islamic education. And there's a lot of Islamic values that has been instilled here in the school, and also, the teachings, the Islamic teachings, and the many ibadah that your teachers have taught you to do. So hold on to that, Rana. Especially like I'm so excited for you that you have dreams like across the globe, on the other side of the world. Like go for it. But yeah, so with the strong faith that you have, you hold close to you, to your heart, inshallah, you will be okay wherever you are in this world.
I mean, yes, and thank
May
you
I add something?
yes,
Sure,
absolutely.
sure.
So when you're in university life, don't be afraid to ask because sometimes you get confused and asking is probably the best solution for it.
Yeah, like don't forget to ask. Yeah, that's really
Don't
important too.
forget to ask.
Yeah,
And don't forget Salat 5 times, your 5 prayers. Just hold on to that, and inshallah, you'll be good.
yes, I mean. Okay, so before our end our talk for today, I just wanted to ask one last question for the both of you. Do you guys have any like tips and tricks for me to survive college? Are there any things I should do, or are there any things I should not do? So we can elaborate on that. Maybe Kylan, you can start.
So before you get to college, you obviously need to apply. So before you apply, you have to set your own goals first. Where do you want to apply and what's your major in? And also be determined and never give up because if you give up, then you won't get it what you wanted. And you have to do your best, pray harder, and be kind to others because yeah, you have to do the best to get the best. And yeah, for prayers, only Allah can make your dreams come true. Besides your works and stuff, and also be kind because they will obviously pray for you. And when you already get what you wanted, your dreams, don't forget to always be humble and kind to others too, because yeah, nothing is better than helping others to succeed too.
Okay, thank you so much, Kylan. And I will definitely use your tips in the future. And I will definitely remember that. I will look back on this video and be like, thank you, Kylan, for that tip. Okay, how about you, Miss Biffy? Do you have anything to say?
Okay, I will add on to that. Firstly, for all the secondary students who are watching this, please do not delay of your planning to university life in the sense of what you're passionate about, what your strength is, and then that will lead to what majors you wanna pursue, right? So that's one. And then second, keep track of your experiences, whether it's your involvement in sports, in community service, in competitions, and if you have learned a third language, which is also provided here, it is also here in Mutiara Harapan Islamic School, you can choose the third language. And so you need to keep track of those experiences, especially if you're pursuing scholarship. And then third, you do your research. This you can do together with your family, like what university based on the major that you want, and also the budget that the family has, right? And also the path, like there's jalur undangan, there's talent scouting, there's jalur mandiri, all that. Do your research, because in that 1 year of grade 12, as Kak Elan can recall, it is a big struggle. So you do want to focus your struggle to the path that you want to achieve, right? So, and then when you do enter the university and the major of your dream, don't just go there to learn academically, but immerse in the environment in a way that, get involved in the organizations, get involved in the sports, or get involved in part-time jobs. So improve the soft skills and the network that you will need for further in your working days ahead. So yeah, that's my tips to just add on what Ka Elan has already
So I
mentioned.
think that wraps our talk for today. I hope everyone here had fun talking. I certainly did. I definitely learned a lot of things since I've started talking. And don't forget to like and subscribe and to share this video if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to catch us on our social media on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, as well as our website. And I'll see you guys next time on your new MH Radio video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.